Like I said, my name is Alison. I have the privilege of being the director of the behavioral health program here at Travel Through Trauma. And before I begin too, I just want to thank everyone who's involved in putting this wonderful day together. Everything just looks so amazing, done so beautifully, and I think it's just such a wonderful reflection of us in our program and just our mission of what we're trying to accomplish. So thank you everybody who's involved in that. And thank you all too for your presence. Being here just means so much to our team, and not just that, but the communities that we are trying to serve, and the people that we're trying to bring into our program. So yeah, thank you all for that. I just want to take a minute to talk about why Travel Through Trauma is so important to me specifically. In addition to my work at Travel Through Trauma, I also work at a community college in their mental health center, and then also I work with my practice. Yes, I knew before I even wanted to become before I even got to my master's, I knew I wanted to work and be on the ground floor of mental health, and I knew I did not want to work with children, but I wanted to be the face of mental health for people who would not normally have access to it. And it was through my work at an eating disorder clinic where I was working with young women, and a lot of them mentioned the first time they had access to mental health was in college. Because outside of that, you have to go through insurance, or their parents would have to know. And so this was the first time that they had free private access to mental health. And depending on their experience there, kind of changed their trajectory for the future, for how they wanted to go about mental health later, whether they pursued it or not, and if there was any stigma with it. And right then I knew that's where I wanted to be, and I wanted to be the face of it for all these students, and to be a positive experience for them. And so after I got my master's in social work, pretty soon after that I was introduced to Ashraf through a friend of a friend, and she talked about this program that she was putting together, Travel Through Trauma. And immediately as we started talking, I completely resonated with the mission and was blown away with the thought of using travel in mental health, because it seemed like a no-brainer. It seemed like something that should have been done, and it just wasn't. And so it was very amazing to be able to be onboarded, and for her to even bring me in as someone who was kind of fresh, and to get to be on the ground floor of all of that. So I'm very lucky and always appreciative of Asha for bringing me on. And for me, in this field, and really in life, it's essential to know your why. That's something that grad school really taught me. And for people who are maybe in the mental health field, know it's difficult. Life in general is difficult, but sometimes being in the mental health field, you have those days where you're questioning what you're doing. You have those days where you're hearing these stories, you're hearing people talk about their deepest, hardest moments, their rock bottom, and you're sitting there with them, and you're like, oh my gosh, what am I doing here? Like, how can I support this person? How can I help them? And it's important to remember why you're in it. Why are we fighting against insurance companies to support these people? Why are we putting in this effort? Why are we advocating so hard for our clients? And I think the why is really captured through Travel Through Trauma in such a beautiful way of exploring the world within you by exploring the world around you. I think for me, that's what drives me. My purpose in this field is to help change the worlds of the individuals I meet, sometimes in small ways and sometimes in profound ones. And I've seen time and time again how opening ourselves up to the larger world can spark healing, growth, and transformation within. Again, I was drawn to Travel Through Trauma because I deeply believe in the power of giving people the opportunity to travel, especially those who wouldn't normally get access to that and have those resources. Travel can open the door to new perspectives, new confidence, new possibilities, and it's not just about the journey, it's about the accessibility to mental health support and the holistic care that we give. Like she mentioned, to travel is just a piece of it, the mental health therapy is just a piece of it. Being a lot of stuff in the social work field, we are taught about the systems, right? What are the systems that are getting in the way of people? And a lot of times it is like, okay, how do they manage finances, right? Like, how do you take care of yourself, right? All of these things that are not always taught in school, but are life skills that we need to learn. Like, we are providing kind of those stepping stones for our clients. And by no way are we they're coming out of our program and everything's solved, but we're giving them that push that they need to then go out there so they have the tools and they have the resources and they feel that empowerment to be able to do this and take on the world and take on challenges that they're faced with, and they feel confident and powerful in being able to do that. And like I said, sometimes it's just that little bit of support, that one boost that helps someone take that first step towards building their life, and really that's what this organization provides. And for me, traveling has always been about connection and family. I've had the privilege of going abroad with my loved ones and the joy of visiting family that I may never gotten to see overseas. And it's those experiences that have given me memories that I carry for a lifetime, the moments of laughter, of discovery, and really just feeling rooted in something that's bigger than myself. Travel reminds me that while the world is vast, it has ways of bringing us closer to each other, to our roots, to our communities, and to kind of the general shared human experience. That sense of connection is something that I want others to feel, and especially those who may not have otherwise had this chance. So, like Ashraf mentioned, Travel Through Trauma isn't just about the trips. It's about offering people experiences that shift the way they see themselves and their place in the world. It's about helping individuals reclaim joy and curiosity and confidence after hardship. And it's about building a community that supports one another through that journey as well. And that's why today matters, why your support matters, and why your presence here is helping to make all of this possible. Why every donation you make goes directly to these deserving clients who really do deserve these opportunities and these stepping stones that we're going to give them. Together, we're creating, again, opportunities for healing and transformation that will ripple outward and not just only touch the individuals, but will impact families, will impact neighborhoods, and hopefully communities as a whole. So again, from the bottom of my heart, I just want to say thank you so much for believing in this mission, for standing with us, for your support, and just for helping us to continue this, what I feel like is very important work. I'm just so excited for what lies ahead for our organization, and hope you'll continue to walk alongside us as we explore the world within us and around us together. So thank you again so much, everyone, for being here.